Welcome back to Deadwood Dale, episode 2, and we are building the entrance to this park. I'm really happy with how much progress we've done so far already, but now the theming is definitely going to begin. This is easily going to be my most themed park yet, most detailed park, and I just really wanted to go all out with the theming in detail, which is why I've done a mini park, so hopefully by the end of this episode I've got you convinced about how detailed the theming is going to be. But I'll go through the basic plan of what I'm thinking for the entrance. So we're going to have split into two buildings. First building here, this is going to be, where's the cursor? This is going to be kind of like a park offices. And then this is going to be, I've got notes in front of me, this is going to be the park shop. But I'm going to kind of split it into two halves. So you've got obviously on the office side here. There'll be a smaller shop at the front here, which will be your kind of outside of park shop. So even when you're outside the park, you can still get bits of merch, food, drink, etc. But then once you're inside the park, there's going to be a bigger version of that same shop, basically. It's almost as if I've got two, but I'm going to have one in the park, one out of the park. I think it might be Polton's that does this. There's quite a few parks I've seen that do it. I just thought it was a really cool idea and not something I've ever done before. So obviously there'll be a back of house way of getting between the two, but actual customer facing side, you have to go through the turnstiles and security to obviously get into the park on the other side of the shop. So that's what this is going to be here. There's going to be a main kind of lobby waiting area. Your turnstiles, which I might push a bit further back to make the entrance a bit bigger. Turnstiles probably across here, and then your security check here. And then obviously you're into the main park from then on. On this side, I'm going to have more back of house offices, buildings here. Probably a toilet, like an out of park toilet. I might have to make this a bit wider, this building, to accommodate for that. And then same here, I'm going to have an in-park toilet accessible from here. Obviously they'll probably connect up internally so that cleaners can get to both. More back of house space, and on the end I'm thinking I might have to, yes, I'm definitely going to have to make this a lot bigger. This building will probably extend round here, not to interact with, there's going to be a coaster here, so I don't want it to get too close to that. Actually, no, in fact, if it gets quite close, I could make this two-story, because if you sit up here, yeah, that's a nice view. There you go, you just got live reaction to ideas. This is going to be a restaurant on the end, so if I make this bigger, you can have the ground floor being the actual server in a few tables, then upstairs being most of the tables, and you get a nice view across the park. There you go! Big brain idea has just happened live. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do for this part. This episode will just be focused all in this area. I will start to put in a bit of landscaping and path work around here, and then the next episode we're moving over here for a coaster, a few flat rides and stuff. Yeah, I'm liking the way this is looking. It's nice and small, so I can cram in a lot of detail. Like I said, I want this to be my most detailed and themed work yet. Yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. Right, update 2 time. And I might have got a little bit carried away. I have to admit, I've built a lot. So I definitely got really carried away and just kind of thought, well, I forgot about the updates, I'll be honest. So this is probably like almost 2 updates worth of stuff because I forgot. But it's not a bad thing because it means you'll just get more in this episode. This episode was originally supposed to be just sort of the entrance, but it's kind of extended onto entrance and main street in a way. It's kind of a main street, not really, because it's not really like a street, it's more of like a plaza. But yeah, I've done a lot. And also, just before we get into it, we just hit, on the morning of me waking up and recording this, we hit 11,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate that you're all still here watching all the Park Series stuff, which is crazy. So thank you for that. And I'm recording this a couple of weeks after Hyperia opening day, which I think was before. No, yeah, that'll have been after I recorded the first update for this. So yeah, that was fun. I got to meet a few of you. I got recognised, which is quite cool. A couple of people came over to say hi. If you did, thank you. That was really nice. Mac rides have inspired something in this park. I'll leave that there. But yeah, let's get into it. But I'm in love with this entrance. The members obviously will have already seen this, and probably all of the park by now, but I had such a fun time making this entrance. I'll kind of go through building by building. I'll give you a quick glance over it first. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this looks. But I'd sketched out plans for this like months ago, so I knew exactly what it was going to sort of conceptually look like. But obviously you don't know for sure until you build it. Oh, I'm in the floor. How did I do that? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. You can press Q to go down and E to go up. Alright, I'm learning new stuff. So down here is like a staff building. I'll show you the actual size of these buildings because this is all one building, that's all one building. It's just facades. So there's a staff building here, which is probably where staff would come on a morning to turn up for the shift and go in there, get ready and everything, put your stuff in your lockers and then start the day. The town hall, which is the guest services. Now, this is probably the first park that I've actually done interiors in the buildings for, which is quite cool. I did want these windows to be actually see-through like the ones on the shop, but it didn't really work out because the hole's too small, so I might go back and change that. Probably not, I'll just leave it. Inside here you have ATMs, so that the peoples will actually come in here. Then you've got different desks for staff and stuff that are on the computers. Nice bit of theming in the background. Then you come out here, and then you have probably my favourite building I've done so far, which is Deadwood Supplies, which is the park shop, and I love this. You can even buy coaster wheels. I found some TMTK coaster wheels, and I love those. But yeah, I really like the look of this building. It's very like non-standard, as you'll see around the back, because it isn't all 90 degrees. There's quite a few bits that aren't. I have no idea what they are. Random beams in the floor, I need to have a look at those. But inside here, I've split the shop into two. So this is like the outside of park half, and this is the inside of park, which is quite cool. So just all your usual TMTK shop crap. I've added a couple of like themed parts of it, but then there's stuff on the windowsill, like advertising, coaster wheels, and then a little paying kiosk thing here, which I'll put another one on that side to service that part of the shop. There'll be multiple shops around the park as well, as much as that is kind of like the main one as you come in. Each ride will have a couple of different merchandise points and stuff like that. On this side we have the toilets, which is actually where the guests will spawn, so that's what's going on in there. I need to put a station fee to pay for your parking tickets actually, so that needs to go in. This side we've got park maps, and then this is like where you actually buy the park tickets. Warehouse PC1. I don't know why the staff members are just kind of just vibing outside. I don't know whether I need to... she looks very sad. I need to sort out the staff happiness thing, I think. I'll just turn it off so they're not allowed to be happy anymore. But yeah, this is the facade for this building. I really liked making... Oh, I'm on the floor again. I really like making that one. That was quite a nice build. And then this is your park entrance here. So I've set it up so that there is a path running this way, and I've put the barriers... Thank you. I've put the barriers either side so you won't have guests walking through the fence, but this is sort of just for like overflow whenever the park is busy in the morning. You don't have everyone hanging around the plaza, you can start queuing people. Then you've got your 4 ticket lanes, a little bit of scenery to the side, and then you go through and you've got your security lanes. I cannot speak. I need to put in a fence across this side so you can't just skip that. And then you're into the actual park itself, which, to be fair, I've done a lot on. I need to probably chill a bit over the next couple of updates. I'm assuming this episode will be 4 updates like I normally did with Voyager's Adventure, but we'll find out. Got another park map stand there, some nice TMTK lockers. This is that bit of scenery I was on about earlier, and then you'll see you got your other access to the shop. This is what I was on about saying it's a pretty non-standard building. It's a weird shape. Ooh, autosave. So yeah, this is the kind of this part of the building. Obviously it's a bit warehousey, you'd have multiple levels in here doing office and admin and everything. And the same on this side. What I've started to build here is a restaurant, so the restaurant will look out over that area, which I'll show you in a second. And then down here, same thing, just kind of warehousey. Bit of staff extended car park, same as around the back. And yeah, I'm liking the way this looks, but in terms of me getting carried away with it, this is the part that I got carried away with. I kind of wanted to do like a nice, I don't know, power generation thing, and it's just going to be like a water mill, isn't it, because it's the Wild West. So that's what it is. It's the old mill which I've built. It's a food unit, so you've got pizza and fries, which is definitely very Western themed. And yeah, it's sort of this mill building. So you've got kind of staff entrance in the back, obviously the actual wheel, which I put some splash effects at the bottom. Obviously this is generating power, pushing some of the water into this like reservoir tank so it can be used for, I don't know, water purposes. Got a nice seating area down here with a couple of bits of clutter and theming. I really like this as well, the pipes coming out over here. I just built this because it kind of felt a bit unalive and a bit dead, this area. Deadwood. But yeah, so that's why I've done that. And then obviously this is power for the park, so the water's coming from there through and this is some power cables that will run across and kind of act as nice visual things to break up the path, which is quite cool. And then the final thing that I've done in this update is I've added a train ride. Not something I've ever done before. I've never done like I don't know what you call it, like a scenic ride around a park before, so that's kind of what I wanted to do with that. You can see how it'll go probably around here. I've started to put in a few of the other bits actually. I've just deleted it out so you can't see it, but it'll come probably around here, maybe in front of this ride area, I think, because there's going to be a lot going on over here. Around the back, might have to go through a tunnel for some of these portions. I'm thinking this is going to be the other part of the station. I've already started to do a bit of landscaping for something. The members will know exactly what that is. I don't know why I've got a bit of a catwalk left over there, so I must have been gone for a delete the coaster. Another building and a big hole, which if you have been to, let me turn my torch on, if you've been to Disneyland Paris, you will know exactly what this hole is for. It takes you out under the water to the lake. I'll leave that there. And yeah, I've done quite a bit. It's got a bit, oh, just ignore those coasters. I've been quite busy. Hoping to be even busy with the next couple of updates. In terms of what I think is going to get done this episode, probably sort of this area will be finished. I'll do this restaurant, finish this buildings, and maybe go up a bit. So not much further than where my mouse is at the moment, about that area. Then next episode is this coaster here. Yeah, and then onwards for the rest of the park. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am building it. I'm having a great time. Just my enthusiasm for this is just ridiculous. Like, towards the end of Voyager's Adventure, it became a little bit of a chore, kind of finishing certain bits, whereas this, I'm just loving every second of it. I'm having a great time building, and I hope you're having a great time watching it. Update 3 time. See you in a minute. I'm hoping this view's changed quite a bit. I've been very busy and definitely got carried away, and I kind of forgot about recording updates, so this is going to be quite the fat update. I've done a lot. I'll do one more update, which will be the like mini tour at the end of this episode. But yeah, I've been a bit busy. I can't really remember. I didn't watch the update, last update, so I can't really remember how far I've gotten. But I think this has stayed mostly the same. But as you come through here, I've changed quite a bit. Changed the floor texture, added a few buildings and stuff. I can't remember if this restaurant was in, but I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, I've changed the floor texture from the brick because I didn't like it. It was quite boring. I was really going back and forth with myself on what to do with this area, just because I didn't like the brick. It felt too plain. So putting things to, I don't know, give a bit of interest to this path has definitely needed help, like these sleepers that are in the ground, these rails with the minecart on, a couple of horseshoes and like changes in texture. It just really helps, I've noticed, and it makes the park just look so much more like detailed and interesting. On the side here we've got this restaurant. I can't really remember what this is here last time. Frontier Feast. I haven't done anything on the inside yet. I need to. 2 pigeons at the back. No, I'm on a date. Yeah, I've done the outside and everything, which I'm really happy with the way that this looks. But yeah, just the entrance for this park is just, it took ages to get to this point of like loads of tinkering and faffing around to try and get it how I wanted it, but I'm so happy with it. Obviously those lights aren't going to stay there. But yeah, I think this was in last time. But I've done quite a bit. Down here I'm going to do this car ride. I don't think this will be this episode. I think I'll probably just do it gradually throughout the series. I might do it when I do the, I've left the supports in. I might do it when I do this coaster over here. You can probably tell what kind of coaster it is with the supports. Nice tease for you for episode whatever that'll be. I've added the train ride as well that goes down to this area of the park and then through here, which I've added this whole elevated bit at the back. Again, getting way too carried away because this should all be for this coaster's episode, but never mind. So there's the accessible route here up the ramp. Obviously with the landings every now and again, so it's not all one big ramp, and then the stairs up here. That's transfer track for where the coaster's station will be. I can't speak. And then this is the start of a coaster that goes out over this island. You can probably tell what that's going to be. But yeah, I feel like I've done a lot. I've did the backstage area as well. I've reprofiled this building a bit so you can have this gradual ramp coming up the side, and then this retaining wall in here. Yeah, I got massively carried away, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, I've left another coaster at the back. You didn't see it. That's your tease for episode whatever that'll be. You definitely didn't see anything. I need to check these before I record them. Never mind. But yeah, last update will be the tour for this entrance area. But I'm loving this. I'm just getting so carried away with this park. I'm having such a good time making it. I really hope you're enjoying it as well. Yeah, see you in the next update. Right, final update time, and I've been busy. You might have to bear with me quite a fair bit during this update because there's some stuff in the background which is for next episode and episodes after that I got a bit carried away with and started building. So just don't look past it, pretend it's not there. But yeah, the entrance is now finished and I'm so happy with the way this all looks. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with how this whole park series is going, to be honest. I'm recording this a couple of days before this episode go out for members only access, but we're at 12.6k. When I uploaded this episode, the first episode, I think we like just hit 12k. So in under a week. Like, the performance on that episode is crazy. Right now it's sitting at 27,000 views, which is just ridiculous. So thank you so much for all the support over that episode. It's been absolutely mental. All of the amazing comments I've heard. People shouting me out in videos as well, which is really cool. It's just absolutely blew up and I'm so happy. And I really hope this episode kind of is good as well. You enjoy that, because I don't know, this park series is just, it's such a passion project. I'm enjoying it so much and I hope you lot are enjoying it just as much as I am. But I mean, let's just get into it. On the left here we have the staff building, like, you know, like staff stuff. This is where staff would come in and clock on a morning. I had someone comment, I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry, but someone commented saying I should put in like charging spaces. So I've put in these EV spots, and we have solar panels on the roof as well. Don't think you can see, oh, there they are. You can see them on there, then they're on this roof as well. The guest services building in the town hall, I think you've all seen this from last time. Got an actual usable interior as well, which is cool. Like park guests can actually come up and interact with the ATM, so they will be coming in here. I will be bringing park guests in the next episode so we can see how they're like interacting with the paths and everything. Just so I can like test those to make sure that they work. Over on this side we have the toilets, which is actually where the guests spawn. I need to kind of make that look a bit more glamorous. I need to put in car park paint stations as well. Like, this entrance isn't complete, but I just wanted to move on to do parts of the rest of the park. I can tinker about with this entrance as the series goes on. Over here we have tickets and your park map station. Like I did in the last park series, I'll take an overhead photo of the park once it's complete to put on that screen, and then that can be like shown off around the park as like a visual park map. Warehouse Planet Coaster 1, I had to get that little Easter egg in there. I'm glad I can actually talk about it now, it's so weird. I've known for, I don't know, probably 2 months at this point, so now that you all know, it's making it easier to talk about. But yeah, I'm so happy about that. Over here we have Deadwood Supplies, which is the park's main gift shop. Nearly finished. I've got some trims that need to go around the roof, but obviously you've got this side here which serves the out of park section. Found some TMTK coaster wheels, I had to put those in. If I owned a park, I would definitely sell the ride parts. Alt Towers, please sell more ride parts. So there's some nice theming in here, and then obviously there's the other side of the shop for inside the park. Over here we have obviously the main entrance, which is looking very snazzy. I love the way this looks. Obviously you've got all this, thank you, you've got all this cattle pen part until you get up to the main entrance. There's the ticket stores on the side there, and then the ticket lanes here so you can scan it and go through, and then you've got the security lanes there. Nice little view into the gift shop too, and then on this side you've just got bits of scenery going on. There's music now in the park. That's all of the main entrance. There's one soundtrack, and I'm going to change all the different soundtracks for other different themed areas like I did for Voyager's Adventure. Then you come inside and we have the main entrance. I love this. It's so kind of free form and not like anything I've ever really done before. Like, it's not like a big grand plaza. You just kind of chucked straight away into this western village. And I was struggling so much to make the floor interesting. There was something wrong with it. It was originally all this brick and it just looked so boring. So I went back and forth a few times with a couple of different ideas. Antonio actually really helped me and gave me the ideas for a couple of these bits. So thank you for that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this looks. I've got like wooden sleepers coming down here. Got this minecart with tracks and some flowers in that goes to that end, which I really like. There's manhole covers somewhere. Yeah, and then like other parts to make it kind of just a bit of visual interest. Over here we have guest lockers, which obviously help for the park if you're bringing like bags with you and stuff. You don't want to cart them around with you all day. This is the park's main restaurant, Frontier Feast. Nice little call to Frontier games there for making my favourite game of all time, as you all probably know. And there's Deadwood Dale sign on there as well. This building isn't finished, as you can see. I need to add in all the tables and stuff on this level, and obviously the actual what they're called, servery places, you know, we buy the food, that'd be helpful. At the back here we do have a staircase. Obviously this is usable by guests. This entire upstairs is like actual flooring, so it's this balcony, so hopefully guests will come and sit over here. I don't know whether they or might be a bit too far for their interest to go, but they can sit up here if they want to get nice views across the park, and obviously those views will change a lot over the next coming episodes, so make sure you stick around for that. This park is going to look very cool very quick, so yeah, that'll get done soon. Over here you've got this river that runs throughout this entrance part of the park and then down into the lake. Obviously I've tried to keep as much of the natural part of this park as possible. All of the trees that were already in the map are staying. They haven't been moved. All the terrain as well, I'm trying to keep most of that to kind of make this as much of a sensitive redevelopment of this space as possible. So that's why all these water features have stayed as well. Speaking of water features, we have the old mill, which is actually where our water wheel is. So this is like in universe creating all of the power for the park. So that's obviously been spun by the water that's leading to the cables that run all the way back to the gift shop. Again, just needed something to kind of give a bit of interest to this path, and that really worked. And the old mill itself, there's a couple of pipes that go over to this, what's it called, water tower structure. Again, just giving a bit of visual interest. There's stuff going on kind of everywhere. You've got some seating and stuff. You've got old mill pizza and old mill fries. What more could you need? I've put like trims and everything on this. I've gone all out with the building detail. You've got like AC units and everything. I just want this to be my most detailed park yet, and I'm so happy with the way it looks so far. I really like this as well. Just you get nice views everywhere. That's the whole I'm going for. If you can have a park that has like nice sight lines and views everywhere, then you pretty much won. Up here, which will be, I don't know, episode 3 is over there, which I'll show you later. Maybe episode 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. We have the Deadwood Mines. Now, this part is wheelchair accessible, as the entire park will be. That's always very important. You should do that in your parks. Got the wheelchair accessible ramp up there, then the stairs up this side that brings you to this elevated section of the park. This will be a big ride coming over the next few episodes, whatever that'll be. Gives you a nice view of the rest of the park up here as well. On this like raised part, you get great views actually. You can see pretty much the entire park from here, which will be really cool. And then this view here will change quite a bit when this ride comes in. That's your tease. There's a big hole. I'll leave that with you. What do you think it's going to be? Then you can see as well the scenic train ride as well that I've put in, goes underneath here and then connects back round over there. That'll just get done over the next course of episodes until the park series is done. I'll just add more to it as I go around the lake. To get that done, we'll go down the ramp side, and then takes you over this bridge to the rest of the park. Again, I'm switching up the path materials to keep the visual interest going. So you've got kind of like the resin floor here, these bricks to separate this other bricked area. Just gives a nice little divide for this seating, so you're like not walking through it. And then same for this side, you've got another divide using like the floor materials. It just gives out like a visual transition space. Then you've got this nice view of the building there. I'm loving the way this looks. And then obviously this brings you right up to the water's edge that will look out over the lake. Got 2 more food units here, well, food unit and a drinks unit again. These are to be themed in over the next few episodes. And obviously this whole area here will probably be an episode in itself. So I might do the train station in this episode. There's got a scenic car ride that I've started to put in. I've never done one of these before, so I really wanted to do one. After I've done a couple of the more scenic rides at Tripsdrill in Germany, it gave me the inspiration to do this, because those are like nice chill rides to kind of break up the very intense coasters throughout the day. So that's what this is. I mean, predominantly this park is going to be a family park that's going to have a couple of thrilling rides, so it's always good to have little rides for the kids and stuff. And then this will be I might as well just tell you, this is going to be a coaster here that will go over this area. So this coaster, this ride, and the train will probably be all in one episode at some point. But yeah, that's the entrance. I've covered it all. Should we have a bit of a bird's eye overview? And here we are. The park entrance is looking pretty complete. I'm really happy with this. Those are the solar panels that I was mentioning earlier. Obviously this is all just facades. These buildings are just 2 massive buildings, but I'm so happy with this. It's like I said, it's very much unlike anything I've ever done before, and I'm so happy with it. It's just a complete like angular mess. Like none of the angles are perfect, but I did that completely intentionally to just make it more freeform, and I'm really happy with the way it looks, because obviously this isn't going to be the most, it'll be the most highly foot trafficked area of the park as people walk through it, but that's the purpose of it. You walk through it to the rest of the park, so it's obviously got stuff that will keep you in it for a little while you can return back to, like the seating and the food, but predominantly it's just the entrance, so you will move through it to the rest of the attractions and spaces. And speaking of attractions and other things coming in the future, this will be episode 3. It's going to be quite a big coaster, as you can tell just by the station, and as you probably noticed that there are 2 air gates. This is going to be a dueling coaster. Now, I thought this would be a perfect fit after my 10k dueling coasters competition has just recently finished. I thought, why don't I do a dueling coaster? And this is going to be a very special dueling coaster. I'll leave that with you. The members will already know exactly what this coaster is. You've seen loads of photos of me building it, theming it up and everything. So yeah, I'm so excited for this. But I think I made this coaster last summer. Like, it's probably about a year old already. Like, custom supported the entire thing. It's a recreation, actually, of an existing coaster. That's the tease I'll give you. You'll have to find out what it is next week. But it's a recreation of a coaster that used to exist, a dueling coaster that I wish I got the chance to ride. I really do, because it just looks so cool. And the story of it actually closing is quite sad, because it basically just got neglected until it was fallen into disrepair and it closed. So in this universe, we've bought that coaster and saved it. So you've got that to look forward to for next week. It's going to be kind of like an industrial themed area, so comment name suggestions below for an industrial themed dueling coaster. Ideally it kind of be like 2 names, you know how Dueling Dragons was kind of like, I can't remember what they were called, but the 2 dragons, the red one and the blue one. So if it's kind of a name that incorporates 2 things, that'd be pretty cool. But think of it as like a western industrial kind of area, like a factory or something. And the colours are red and blue, if that helps, for the 2 sides of the coasters. So get your creative hats on for that one. Anyway, that was this park's entrance, now complete. Episode 2 is done. I've really hoped you enjoyed this second episode of this series. I'm absolutely loving this series. I'm having a great time building it. I hope you're having a great time watching it, and I cannot wait to show you more. Thank you so much for the support on episode 1. I'm hoping this episode just as well, because it's just giving me so much confidence in the fact that what I'm building is actually good. That like people are liking it. It's a very heartwarming feeling. So thank you so much for the support on that. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you're liking what you're seeing, please subscribe. There will be loads more content coming on this park series, and I will announce now a cool video that's going to come very soon in the future. There is a lot of projects I've done in Planet Coaster 1 that have become abandoned, so I'm going to do a video or 2, depending on how well the video does, on all my abandoned projects from Planet Coaster 1, just before the game ends and we get Planet Coaster 2. So that'll be quite cool. That'll be coming up soon, so pop a subscribe for that if you haven't already, and obviously all the Planet Coaster 2 content that I'll be surely covering when that game releases. But yeah, that's it from Deadwood Dale, episode 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Can't wait to have you back for episode 3, where we build this park's first major attraction. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.